Hey y'all, it's me, Niecy Lynn. This is the 30th of June already. It's 10:18 this morning. This is Flosstube 182. I have 723 active calories and 50 active minutes because the kids left this morning at 7. They picked the girls up here and they rolled out, and I think I'm just about cried out. CJ called and I talked to him without crying. I didn't make it through my phone call from Annie without crying, but it's gonna be fine. They're coming back. I said they'd come back for a visit in 2 weeks to check the house and everything and hang out. So I don't know if she meant to do that or if she just is doing that because they think I may have a stroke and die, because I feel like that's where I've been this week, is maybe just have a stroke and dying. But I had the girls here. We had so much fun. They were here all but one day. Maybe that one day they came for part of the day. Yeah. And then Catch has been here several days. And then yesterday, everybody came by and Mike sent over pizza because my niece came with her boys. And let me find the pictures here and we'll look at these real quick. And Annie and Daddy came, and Sister went and picked up Mimi and had her here. And some of y'all may have seen some of these if you have Instagram. But here was Catch in the pool. He loves those, and that is so good for hand-eye coordination. They're at the Dollar Tree. It's a little net that girls use for butterflies and stuff, but they have those little floating, they're like little foam balls, and they float in the pool. And he loves to scoop them with the net. And so that's great for hand-eye coordination. So let me see here what else I've got. He had all the time with their bubble machine. There they all are on the sidewalk chalking before everybody else got here. I bet I didn't remember to download the ones my sister sent with Mama. I didn't. But there they are in their little thing. And then they had a birthday party this week. And Ruby's birthday party, Miranda just knocked it out of the park, and they did a spa party. And she did them all with cold cream and cucumbers, and they painted their toenails. And I'm telling you, Miranda has an Etsy shop where she makes little like tags for stockings or baskets or anything. She makes custom tags, and they're all adorable. But she had this party done so cute. But the girls were so excited because, let me see, I guess this one. They had ordered her a thing to hatch butterflies, and that's what's in the box that's wrapped. But then they went out and caught her some hackberry emperor caterpillars. So then they had her a head start on her butterfly, so she didn't have to wait to get any in the mail. She could go ahead and let these turn into cocoons, because the girls have done this a couple of times now, and they left with some cocoons this morning in their little thing. So they had all the fun. They got to play with Dax and Dusk yesterday. So they had a big fun day and were wore out last night, so tired. So they're on the road now. They should get there, I think, about 7 tonight. So, but I've got some stitching done at night, every night after they went to bed. I finished my Innards for Narwhal, and I'm so excited about it. It is the one with Kathy Haberman has for, the whole series is Polar Plunge. But then if you get this one, it is, I think, a PDF download only, and it all goes to Special Olympics. It's Innards for Narwhal right there. You can see it. And last week, I was going to say I had it finished, but I didn't, because I didn't have my little stars done. I had everything but the stars done on there. And I got them done this week. So how cute is it? The girls were so excited because they love their Narwhal book. Not Nearly Narwhal little show is on Netflix right now, and they have the book that they love to read. So this is so cute. And I love it. And now I'm gonna have to do the whole series, of course, because well, it's so cute. I don't know if it shows it on, it doesn't. I know there's a polar bear and there's an orca. And I can't remember what all else, but there's 5 of them besides this one. This I think is 6. I think if I remember right. I think this one is number 6. But it is so cute. So I'm gonna encourage everyone to go get this because it goes to a great cause and it is adorable. It's on a piece of 32 count sea spray, which is something that I had here, and it calls for 32 count polar plunge fabric by Stephanie. But I just had this here, so I just used it. I did order the design boards to put it on, this piece here, these, and it comes with a template to make these. So I'm going to, Patty said she thought she could cut it out on her crack cut machine out of sticky board. So when I get it here, which Patty, Teresa, there's several of y'all who I have not got back to on emails this week. I did get my mail done and things, but everything didn't get done that should have. So I just ran out of bandwidth, let's be honest. So, but I'm going to send you that template and see what you think, if that would go, if that would cut that thick. I mean, I can cut it with my little things, I think. I'm also concerned about it, finishing it so that it's tight on here. So I haven't watched Kathy's tutorial yet. Her tutorials, somebody asked about the tutorial for about finishing off I'm gonna try to tilt y'all so you can see it right there. The Language of Liberty banner. Kathy's tutorials are always dead on. I mean, they are perfect. If you do what she says, they will come out perfect every time. So I'm guessing her tutorial for this, even though I'm super nervous about it, it's gonna be the same way. It's just gonna knock it out of the park because she is so good at explaining things. Her tutorials like Bonus, they explain things so well, and they take their time, and they know kind of what you're gonna be asking, you know, kind of what the troubles you're gonna have, and they kind of address those along the way. And so I'm sure this one will finish out just like those, but I did order these. They're from 141 Design Company. 141 Design Company on Etsy. And I ordered a pack of them. I already have the paper. So when they get here, we'll see if I can make these work or not. But since I won't have the girls this week, I'll have catch a couple of days, I'm sure. But I'm gonna see if Lisa wants to run over to the Stitch Niche with me so I can pick up these other 5 here. So hopefully she'll be game for a road trip this week. I know she's having to, one of her little puppies, she has little Yorkies, and she has a couple of them, and one of them is having some tummy trouble, so they're having to feed him like every 3 hours. So I know she will have to make sure that Leslie or somebody's gonna be home to stay with baby so he won't, they can make sure he eats. Which, I mean, I guess we could take him in the car with us. I mean, he's little. I mean, he's like 4 pounds. I mean, seriously, you could carry him anywhere. So I guess we can always just carry him with us, right? I hadn't thought about that, but they're so tiny and adorable. But his belly has not been doing good. And he hasn't been wanting to eat. And you know, when you're 4 pounds, you can't afford not to eat. When you're 4 pounds, you gotta eat your dinner. You're gonna get in a bad way. This is, I worked on Let Freedom Bloom by Shepherd's Bush. It got a little love this week. I will tell you, if you're trying to stitch while you're crying, if you put a mask on, it catches the tears and keeps it from dripping down on your fabric. In case any of y'all are in that situation. I've been in that situation all week, and it works like a charm. So, just so you know. I already went and did my swim and everything, because being swimming's like being in the shower. You can be crying out there and it's fine. You be crying in the pool, it's okay. You're wet already. Okay, if I was smart, I'd put this little picture on here. Just like this. There we go. It's nearly finished. I mean, it is such a fast, adorable little stitch. Oh my gosh, it's so cute. But this is the name of it. I guess I could put that right there so you could read it easier. It's by Shepherd's Bush. And there's the name, Let Freedom Bloom. And there's the finished picture when it's all done. And it tells you how many to go out to finish it like this. It comes with the little Lady Dot Create Chanel, which is right here. So cute. Is in there also. This one I picked up at the Tinsmith's Wife. I think she had a couple of them. I don't know, I don't remember what year it's printed, 2019. So they should be pretty available at your LNS. They should be available most places. And they were like, I think it was like 20 bucks. It wasn't bad at all for the whole shebang in there. So it's so cute. It comes with a fabric. I don't remember what count. I think it's like a 32. It looks like a 32. 32 count natural linen. It comes with the colors. They look, to my eyes, super subdued because I usually am a little garish. But when you see the finished picture of it, it looks so cute. When I'm stitching it, I just think, oh my gosh, it's pretty drab. I really thought about switching out some of the greens, one of the greens at least for something a little bit more green, and one of these gray blues for something a little bit more blue, but I just was able to hold off so far. So I should be able to finish it and not be a weirdo about it, hopefully. But it's adorable. Super fast little stitch. So I'm hoping to have this one finished and FFO'd before the 4th. So I can just put it in my little dough bowl over there and enjoy it. It's over there in front of the pony. And I love looking at them. I switched out for my smaller one, but I think I'm gonna have to switch out for my bigger one. I have a little small one that just kind of holds them in a row, but, and it has a little button with it also. It has a little button with it, and it was $20. Is that gonna focus? Yeah. Let Freedom Bloom by Shepherd's Bush. And I got mine at the Tinsmith's Wife, and she had several there. So if your LNS doesn't have it, you could call Shepherd's Bush or you could call Tinsmith's Wife, because that is the most adorable little shop. Like I said, if you're out in Comfort, be sure and go by there because it is too cute. I could have literally spent my whole vacation in there every day. I could just go in there every day and been perfectly happy. So cute. Okay. Cupboards and cupboards of fabric. Every brand of floss. I don't know that I've ever seen so much fabric in my life. I'll be honest with you. I've never seen the lack of fabric. Every count, every color. I mean, if you're looking for a fabric that you're having a hard time finding, I would dare say you might just give her a call because holy Toledo, she had everything. Everything. It was so cute. Okay, now Noah didn't get a lot of love this week. I worked on him a little bit last night. I was a little bit more well put together. And now I'm laughing because Linda has noticed something on this that I noticed, and it has been driving me cuckoo, and I thought it was just me. because, I mean, I know why it's like it when I look at it, but I'm gonna put it on here so you can see. This little turtle, okay? There's two little turtles here right by the ark. Right here, okay? And one of them, can you see, he's just got, like he's tucked up in his shell. He's got his legs and everything all tucked up. So like all you see is his shell. But every time I'm looking at it, I'm like, oh my gosh, I licked his head off and everything. But I didn't. He's like that. He's like that on the pattern. And to have put his head on there, I would have had to scoot him more, or he's going to be biting this other guy on the butt. So, it's the way it is. But it does make me crazy. So, Linda, thank you for letting me know that I'm not the only one who keeps looking at it going, oh no, I forgot to do his legs. But I didn't. I didn't. That's the way he is. I guess he's nervous about getting on the ark. Don't be. You're the lucky one. What does they say if you're going to fight for something? Fight like you're the third monkey on the gangplank of the ark. On the gangway. Trying to get on there. If you're going to fight, fight like that, right? So I started my alphabets. I decided to, I usually do all my alphabets red. But I decided to go ahead and do them blue, and then it goes into the sky. So I didn't know that if I wanted a big color jump before I see the sky. So I'm not putting this is my Sunday school lesson. I'm not putting that on there. I'm just doing my ABCDs, and then I'm going to do the little scene at the bottom. So everything is finished up to this point. So I just need to do my 2 rows of alphabets. And then that bottom bit is full coverage. Let's see if I can kind of guesstimate how. Okay, it's 98 wide. And let's see if I can see how tall it is. By 10, 13, 19. So, what is that? 19 by 98. Full coverage right down here at the bottom. But it had, you can see the little giraffes with their heads sticking out. Oh, it's so cute. So, so cute. So I am so excited to get it done and get it finished and have it on display with all my other arcs. Now, one of y'all asked about my arcs. I showed them a little bit, Heather. Yes, and I know the Arky song. You know it, he built him, an Arky. Noah, he built him, an Arky built it out of hickory, barky. Yes, I love that song. My kids, we used to sing that when they were little. But one of y'all asked about showing all my arcs. And I have it right here in my notes. Carol, a couple of episodes back, they were behind me, and I think we talked about them. Let's see. It wasn't that many back. Maybe the 176 or 177. Look around there and see, because I think that's right, should be right about where it's at for those. But this guy is adorable, and he's coming right along. I hope I have the alphabet finished and have started on the full coverage piece at the bottom to show y'all next week. And then by next week, it will be in July, and that's when we will be a year since I did my whip parade, my whip show and tell. And so we'll need to go over progress that I have made. So if I could get at least this guy finished, that would make me happy. That would make me happy. Have one more marked off my list before. And I need, this week, the girls won't be here, and Catch isn't big enough to get up on things yet. You know, he can, if it's at the edge of the table, you know, he can reach it, but if it's not, he can't. So I'm going to try to do the beads on my Mill Hill Santa. So that's on my agenda this week also. It was 2 weeks. I'm just gonna try to keep myself busy. not have a nervous breakdown. We'll see if that works out for me or not. I forgot to make a longer board. But you can buy that foam core board. I don't know if they have it at, I don't know how cheap it is at Hobby Lobby, but they have big foam core boards at Dollar Tree for $1 I know because Aria got one and is doing her own color by number. She's making her own, and she calls it color by code, excuse me. We called them paint by numbers when I was a kid, but she's making her own. So she has a sheet of foam core board and she's got it all divvied up to work on making her own. She's got mountains and animals and the whole shebang. James said this week, he said, you know, she's just like you, right? And I said, what do you mean? He said, she cannot not be doing nothing. She said, you know, Kimi would just sit there like me and watch TV. But Aria is like you. She's got to be coloring. She's got to be drawing. She's got to be making something. I'm like, well, that's how some of us are. Some of us aren't good at just doing nothing. I will say Miranda said that those two were the only two at the party that knew how to relax. She said the rest of them were going, oh, these cucumbers feel weird and they're cold. And she said, I think Kimi and Aria's about to go to sleep. I said, listen, they know how to relax when they need to. Okay, I thought I had 2 more of these. We'll just use these 2. This is my pink Sparrow sampler. It was a gift from Daleen that I love, and I'm trying to get it finished, and because I am in love with it, and I feel like I made huge progress on this week. So I'm super stoked to be showing all this. So here we are, pink Sparrow sampler. It's without needle and thread, and there is the cover photo. It's gorgeous. I wanted mine a little bit brighter, and I didn't do the rainbow alphabet. I don't usually do a rainbow alphabet. I like all my alphabet to be one color. But this week I got so much done on this. Ta-da! So I got my second row of alphabet finished. I got the row of vine and the little row of berries, which it's hard to see. Maybe if they go, there they go. You can see the little berries on the top are the light pink and the bottom are the dark pink. And then the flower in the center is the coming up out of the urn. I have a big gap in the middle here. She has a beautiful design right through the center there. That's where I'm going to use my Jolene from Wicked Stepmother to do, and all these are Wicked Stepmother colors, this whole thing, to put good old girl's name. So it'll either say Velma Onis Ledbetter or Velma Onis Horton Ledbetter, depending on how I can get it all squeezed in. That's why it is not stitched yet, because I'm going to have to take a little bit of time and see how much I can get across here. So we'll see how that works out. I may end up having to do it over one and then do some of the design. We're going to see. But I'm so in love with this. It is gorgeous. My colors, I pulled them from my Wicked Stepmother colors. And I love them. I love them. This is kind of, this is for me as soft as it gets. This is as subdued as my colors get. And I love it. So I would encourage anybody to pick this up and stitch it. It's so pretty. Let me see, and I was going to show again. Somebody sent and asked about what colors I'd use. Let's see where I put them right here. up so you can see if you can read my writing. So there's the bottom half, and there's my top half. So I go like this, you can blow it up on your phone and see, but I love these. These are what I switched out for, and I just love it. So I've had tons of fun working on this one. I can't wait to get it finished and get it on display and have another one of my ancestor ones done. Super exciting. Ta-da. Love, love, love it. And so now I'm on the bottom, I'm past the bottom half. So I'm in the bottom half now. So this one should be coming right on along. Sorry about that, y'all. This guy up. When you're trying to do something quickly, it ain't even gonna work. And what have I done here? Why is it not going any further? What am I hitting on? There we go. All right, now last and certainly not least, we have Halloween Rules. It's the last of my whips this week. And I worked on Emma's for Money. It's where I got to. So I am right here on this one, and so I'm past the halfway mark on here. So Emma's for Mummy. This, you'll see where I'm using the white floss thread. I'm sure your LNS, if they don't have it, can get it. But I got stopped the other night, and so the needle is still like hanging out here, so So this week I worked on my border. I made sure I pulled my border down, and then I started on my mummy here. And it was one of my cry nights, so I didn't get a ton done. So, because it does slow down your stitching. And it's ridiculous, I know. I mean, it's not like they're moving around the world, but I mean, 11 hours for me is a long time. Because, about 3 hours in the car and I'm pretty much maxed out. I'm not that person who's good at getting in the car and riding for that long time. I'm not. I am not that person. Pat says about 3 hours and is all I'm good for. You can push it to 5 or 6, but usually beyond that, I'm going nuts. So, well, it isn't perfectly straight, but you can see. So there's my border, the header up at the top, and then you can see I started on my little mummy right here, and I pulled my border down. So my border last week was still like up here somewhere. So I pulled it down for these two guys and then started on the little mummy's face there. And he's not much to him, so I just need to do his arms and his ribs. And then I think he has a little frog on his shoulder. Oh, it says Mind Your Mummy, not Emma's for Mummy. It says Mind Your Mummy. So cute. So I'm hoping I will get this finished. Mind Your Mummy should be finished by next week. And then we go on to Sit for a Spell, which has the kitty cat, the beautiful black cat on there. So Micah and them, I was worried about them getting Mav, but he came in this morning because that's their cat, and he stays in when the weather's bad, but when it's not, he likes to stay outside. And she put him in the cage, and he was not happy, and he's gonna have to make it 11 hours. So hopefully he goes to sleep and doesn't get too horribly upset before they get there or get sick. Yike. But Justin's driving and they're pulling the trailer and he put the Jeep on the trailer. So Mike and the girls will be in the vehicle with him. So they're all in one vehicle and she's not having to drive. So that makes me happy. Mav is in the vehicle with them. I'll have to go get Ready Freddy this week and bring him over here. And then they will try to take Ready Freddy to beta fish. They've had him for about 2 years next time. But she said with Mav, they thought that was enough humanity and wild animal in the car with the girls and Mav and them. So they would take Ready Freddy the next trip. So I'll go over on Monday and take the trash up to the curb, check the plants and everything. And then the outside, plants, the sprinkler will water the beds, but the flower pots, I'll go mess with them and water them and bring Ready Freddy home and see where he's at. Now, we have questions and comments and shares and some Happy Mail. And before I forget, I'm gonna start with some Happy Mail because I'm gonna show you this. I don't think it has her address on here. Yes, Linda Van, this evidently is such a hard thing to find, and I did not know. This adorable little thimble purse is so cute. This thing is adorable, but it's hard to find evidently. I don't know when it was made, but 2012, so it's been a while. So it's hard to find. And so Linda had sent asking if I would, when I showed it that Nancy had sent it in one of her bins of goodies, could they stitch, would I share it? And I said, of course, I didn't realize it was hard to find. Linda had sent it back and sent me, look at how cute this is she made. It has this adorable note on the back. So cute. And then she sent me this, the little thing to make the top of it and stitch the top of it on. So now I'm ready to go, but before I have other things going. So Linda Meeks, you had emailed me. If you'll email me your address, I will get this in the mail this week to you so you can stitch it. I want to stitch it, so I haven't shared it on. It's the reason I didn't. I just grabbed some out of her things to share. I did not realize it was hard to find. So, but I want to try stitching this, and since Linda Van sent me this, then I can even see if I can FFO it right. So I'm super excited to put it together and see how that works, but it is so dang cute. So Linda Meeks, if you'll get me your address so I can get that onto you. And thank you so much, Linda Van, for the beautiful note and this here. And evidently, which how did I not know this about you? She has a, like a Patreon site with like making things. So I've got to check that out. How did I not know this? Y'all do things that how do I miss out? Y'all probably tell me, and it's true. A friend of mine said one time, you're the first one to know everything, the last one to know everything. It's the truth. People tell me stuff, and it's just like my brain does not register the way you have to plain speak with me, okay? Sometimes nuance is missed on me. When we had just got out of high school, one of my very best friends in high school, I thought she was just sad because, of course, I already had CJ after, he was born when I turned 20. He was born the week after I turned 20. And she'd come over and see him, and we'd go eat and things. And she kept saying, oh, I guess I'll never have a family. Oh, I guess I never. I was like, dude, come on now. There's no rush, And so then finally, this is how you know it's bad. Her mama called my daddy and said, James Allen, let me tell you what. Kim has been trying to tell Denise for 2 months now that she is gay. But she hadn't just come right out and said it. But that was the reason she was so sad. She didn't think she was ever going to have kids and And my daddy had to come tell me. that Nell had called him and told him that Kim was upset because she kept trying to tell me I was gay and I didn't get it. Not that I would care, but she just wanted to tell me. But So, sometimes if y'all have told me and I didn't respond the way y'all want to, maybe just try to tell me again, because the nuances of things is lost on me sometimes. Yes, my daddy had to come tell me that her mama had to call and tell him so he could come tell me so I would understand. I was like, my gosh, Kim, why didn't you just say it? My gosh, you know me, all these years, you know me. And so, if you tell me something and I don't respond, maybe I didn't get it. But I did get Teresa's and Patty's this week. I know are 2 emails I have not answered yet. So I heard y'all, and yes. This is from Joanne, and this is the cutest little owl. It was just a thank you. She got one of the shares, and look at him. How adorable is he? I stinking love him. So thank you so much, Joanne, for this cute card. It made my day. I went out and picked it up in the mailbox this morning. So, question and comments. Gingerian, you're stitching Pink Sparrow too, and you're about the same place. I think is what I have here in my notes. This is what's bad when you can't even read your own notes. Obrag1, thank you for, tell your husband thank you. Her husband has saved 3 people's lives, and it's just so important that that we pay attention and that we know how to do those things. I talked to my, what would he be, my second cousin? Yeah, last weekend, and his baby had slipped out of its little floaty thing, and with them all right there, and he had to do CPR and everything on him, and he was a baby. And so it's just important, guys. It's an important thing to know. Shingle Spring Stitcher, okay, that frame I showed last week, she said she picked up the same one at Hobby Lobby, and she got another one, an 11 by 14 one that was regularly $87 for $18. So always check the clearance aisle at Hobby Lobby and at Michael's for framing and finishing pieces, because you can always repaint them, you can take the picture out of them and use the frame, all these things. So Bibbidi Bo and Karen, Vonna is the queen. There is no doubt in my mind. Her finishing tutorials and how to do things tutorials, her how-tos are perfect. Perfect. So yes, if you're ever trying to finish something, see if you can find a Vonna tutorial for it and watch it a couple of times, because between Vonna and Kathy Haberman, Vonna is the Twisted Stitcher on YouTube, and between her and Kathy Haberman of Hands On Designs, if you can find those 2 tutorials and watch them a couple of times, I'm pretty sure you could build a rocket to the moon. But I don't have proof of that, but I'm standing by it. Allison, she said she had, I was talking about snakes the other day, she said she had snake dreams, and that she got bit by 2 of them. And I made me think, I read somewhere one time that when you dream about snakes, you're dreaming about your mother. I don't know why I said that, but the book said when you're dreaming about snakes, you're dreaming about your mama. So maybe you're missing your mama or something, but I just thought that was interesting. And then on Monday, Tuesday night, it's 9:30 and my doorbell rings and the girls are in the bed and James Williams is asleep and I'm stitching and crying and the doorbell rings and I'm like, so I get up and I go in there and there is a vehicle stopped up on the road in front of the house, and I'd seen the person on the camera and I thought it was my neighbor next door. And I thought, oh my gosh, one of his dogs may have gotten out or something and got in the yard. So I went to the door, and it was my neighbors across, and they had been coming in and a snake, and they said it was the biggest snake we've ever seen around here. And said it was at least 5 or 6 feet long, and I don't usually see them that big in my yard. And he said it was coming across and it went out. He said, don't come out in your yard, don't come out in your yard. I'm sure it went down in the culvert on the side of the road and was probably headed under the culvert. And then I said, oh no, I hope it doesn't get any of my bunnies. But he said, I thought I'd seen you with a little dog sometimes. And so it scared us. And so we knew you had your grandkids here all the time. So it was super sweet of John and Teresa to stop. And so I hope everybody has nice neighbors, like my nice neighbors. And of course, I'm also horrified because then Kimi woke them up and they tell their mama that they're in there, and they said they went and looked. They said, before I could even get in here, they got up out of their bed and were looking out the door when I make it in here. And their mama said, what were you doing looking at the door? What were you? And they said, well, Mama, it could have been Annie or somebody. So they was worried it was somebody in our family that was at the door, because who else would come? I mean, and that is valid thinking. Who else would come to your door at 9:30 at night? Their mama told them it might have been a bad person. And they said, well, we wouldn't open the door. We was just looking at it. So I was like, oh my gosh. So I got them settled back in and told them what it was, and they went on to sleep. And I haven't seen the snake, but there's a big pond down here from me. And then behind John and Teresa's house over there's a pond. So I'm guessing that he was coming across and going over to this pond or somewhere. But snakes move around a lot, and there are snakes everywhere. I mean, who was it? Was it Kendra who sent that? Tanya. Texas kids do need to know about snakes, and she said that her son was watching with her and that he was fascinated. And Canada kids probably get a pass. They probably, maybe timber rattlers, maybe up there, I would think maybe it would be it. But we have so many snakes down here. But even here, we only have a few kinds that are poisonous. I mean, you have rattlesnake, you have copperhead, you have cottonmouth, which is a water moccasin. People call it cottonmouth water moccasin. You have a coral snake. Is that it? Copperhead, cottonmouth, coral snake, rattlesnake. That may be I feel like I'm missing somebody. And there's a couple of kind of rattlers. There are different ones. You can have a diamondback, or you can have a timber rattler, even sometimes down here. But if you know what snakes are poisonous, you don't have to be afraid of all snakes. We had a situation, the girls pick up caterpillars all the time. Like I said, they took 2 to Ruby. But Micah, last night, they finally seen a big old asp. I don't know if y'all have those everywhere. It's kind of a fuzzy caterpillar that it will sting the snot out of you. It's like Justin was right. It feels nearly like a jellyfish sting. Now, I said, to me, stinging scorpion hurt me worse. But I got hit several times by it. I've been stung twice. One time I got hit once, and one time I got hit like 4 times on my knee. And it was wretched. But the asp, everywhere that one of those little things touch you, it's like getting a jellyfish sting, and it's awful. So they found one in the yard last night. They were doing yard work. The girls stayed here, and they were doing yard work and loading up some of the outside furniture and everything. And they found one. It was long as Justin's pinky finger nearly. It was huge. And so they were able to, they were videoing, they FaceTimed us so the girls could see it and see, don't touch this kind of a caterpillar because it is excruciatingly painful. It's awful. So we've had all the fun this week. JL Primitives and Nanette, I'm going to show this again. Several people asked about this. And I don't know when it was from the House of Stitches, which Julie said is her LNS. And so if Julie goes, it's nice. I mean, I can't imagine how wonderful it must be because Julie's precious. But y'all asked about this, and one of y'all uses it to teaches a needlework class. JL Primitives. And this is adorable. So it's the sunflower seed, the Celtic needle box. And I'm assuming the box just comes from Hobby Lobby or somewhere. You can also, several designers have little patterns for Altoid tins. Cute little Altoid tins. So, I thought it might say on here. But it says something else comes from Hobby Lobby. So I bet it all came from Hobby Lobby on there. Oh, Autumn Jewel, I am going to set me up a stitching room this summer. Because she said she didn't get up and watch Flosstube and stitch. And that works great for her. And when you can't sleep, I don't usually come in here and turn on the TV in here, but I guess I could watch it on my iPad. I just never think about it. But if Jameson sleeps and I can't sleep, I usually just come in and stitch. But that would be great to turn on my Flosstube. So I will do that in my stitching room. When I set me up a stitching room, I will do that so I can sit in there and stitch and watch Flosstube at night when I can't sleep. And I love that. Robin Selby, I did order the 141 Design Company boards. Thank you for putting that in the front of my mind. Oh, and Vicki had asked about, she didn't usually unscrew her outside lights. I don't unscrew the ones on the house, but these that ran down the side of the sidewalk, of course, this was many years ago, 30 years ago, probably 25 at least, they were on a little stake, and it was just a metal stake. So it's like, here's the little part that the light bulb screws into, and you had to put the little thing over there, and then you screwed the light bulb on, and that's what held them together and held it on the stake. So, no, my house lights, I don't. Now, my friend Patty does. My friend Patty, not only does she take every of them off her Christmas lights, when she takes them off the Christmas tree, she takes and puts them back in the box, what they came out of, like that. Patty is special, though. She got some patience, like, what in the world? I don't. So X marks the spot, and we're about at the same place on Halloween Rules, so we're having us a little race. Okay, Carla, what am I saying here? Oh, she says she uses half sawdust, which she said you can get at the pet store as pine shaving likes, which I have pine shavings out there. I never thought about crunching them up or something. But, and then half lizard litter, which is walnut shells. And she feels like if she does a layer, and then she packs it down with her little, like your end of a eraser or whatever you use, a chopstick, that she can pack it down really tight and make it firm. So you can get both of those things at the pet store if you want to try using something. And it's not super expensive. I mean, it's a fun thing to try. She said, when she's seen Jolene, she ordered Jolene from A Wicked Stepmother because that is the most beautiful red thread. Cheryl was the one that picked up the same frame as me. So great minds think alike. She said she picked up that same white one I did. Holly said she made it to StitchCon this year, and I am so not jealous in a covetous way, but jealous in a happy for you way, because I'm gonna make it. Maybe next year I'll make it. But and Rhonda Trainer, the mosquito spray that we use on the girls, it went home with them, but it's called Osmosis, OSMOSIS, like reverse osmosis, or the chemical process, not the chemical process, the natural process. It's not a chemical process. But you learned about it in chemistry, but it's not chemical. So I don't know about it. Someone have to chime in on that. But it's called Osmosis Mosquito Elixir. You can order it, I think, from House of Beauty, Harden House, but I also saw it on Amazon, and it looked to be from the same manufacturer, and it looked the same. It's clear kind of, and it has little like gold flecks floating in it, and you just squirt it in your mouth. Now, Kimi can go for nearly 2 hours on a couple of squirts. I think she does 2 squirts, and that usually lasts her 2 hours. I think Justin does a few more squirts than that, and his only lasts 45 minutes. But his metabolism is insane. Justin has like that crazy metabolism, like this. So he burns through it much faster, but it is the only thing. The bug bands don't keep mosquitoes off of her. It's the only thing I've seen that will work to keep the mosquitoes off her and Justin. She attracts them so much that, like Micah, they don't ever come to Micah at all. But if she's sitting in Micah's lap, the mosquitoes will come, and they won't bite Micah, but they'll land on Micah. You can see them sitting on Micah when Kimi is in her lap, because mosquitoes are so drawn to her. It's nuts. So Osmosis Mosquito Elixir, and it's like $38, but it lasts a long time. And now I don't know if y'all saw in the news today, but they found some mosquitoes for the first time in several years with malaria, and nobody wants to get sick. So if you're one of those people like Kimi and you like to go outside, it may be time to just do it. Okay, shares from last week. I think I got everything mailed from the week before. I've heard from everybody. Okay, where are we at here? Okay, Be True, Sharon Williams. Sharon Williams, if you'll get me your address. Winsome Well, Anne Musso, and y'all, this is so cute. Several of y'all commented that this was, and it is adorable. It's about Artful Offerings, and it's 2016, so you should still be able to get it anywhere, but it is so cute. Winsome Well. So, Anne Musso, Celtic Needlebox, O'Brag 1, Bunny, Susan C. This is the chalk, hip hop chalk full, and I stitched this one, and it is the cutest thing. Hip hop chalk full is Susan C. And then last week, luck was Ashley Sarasoli. I hope I say your name right. Ashley Sarasoli for luck. So if y'all will email me, we will get those in the mail. Now this week, and these are so cute. We're gonna do, I gotta write these down, y'all know or I'll forget. Use the word ladybug. Look how cute this is. Luck is for, like it's a ladybug. Luck be a ladybug. How cute is that? Luck be a ladybug. If you're interested in that one, use the word ladybug. This one is by Twisted Threads. It says it's itty bitty forever and ever. So use the word forever, like I love you forever. Look how cute that is. So tiny and sweet. Adorable. This is a Lizzie K Quicket, and it's ho 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 in a row. I don't know what word to use for this one. I guess just use ho ho ho. So use ho ho ho, just like that, H-O-H-O-H-O. But it's a Lizzie Kate Quicket. I'm not sure if it's available on 123 Stitch or not, but that is so dang cute. Use ho ho ho. This is Lizzie Kate. Love my cat. Use the word cat. Just let me know if you have a cat or what your cat's name is, if you ever had a cat or whatever. Cat, C-A-T, if you're interested in that one. And this last one is Lizzie Kate. Use the word sister. My sister was over here yesterday. She'd been gone for 2.5 weeks. And I'm gonna tell you what, I was ready to see her. It felt like it had been forever. It is called Sisters Forever is the name of it. But use the word sister if you're interested in this one. So I'm gonna jump off here. I'm going to, I need to make hummingbird water and refill their feeders tonight. This time of year when it gets so hot, I do them every 2 days or so because it gets hot and it'll spoil the water and I don't wanna make them sick. So I'm gonna jump off here and get me some hummingbird water boil in. And then James Williams and I are gonna go out to dinner. We're going out to a steak place tonight for dinner because I never want to go to Brahms again since the girls aren't here, so. Oh my gosh. So like I said, I think I'm all cried out, but I'm sure I will make a liar of myself before it's all said and done. But we had all the fun yesterday. They got to play and see everybody, and everybody got to see them. And then sister was taking Mimi back. She had to cut her hair while she was here, so she got a haircut. So there was a lot done besides just visiting and having a good time. So I hope y'all have a great weekend. I don't know if anybody's off Monday or not. James Williams and them, they just gave them off Tuesday. They're not off Monday, I don't think. So if you are going out on the water or doing fireworks or whatever, please be safe. Keep your water hose handy because around here already everything's getting dry. So enjoy your 4th, enjoy your stitching. Have a great weekend. Bye.